In a quiet little nest, nestled in the branches of a giant oak tree, lived Pip, a sparrow with an unusually big heart for such a tiny body. While his siblings were content chasing worms and practicing their chirps, Pip's eyes were always on the horizon. He'd listen to the whispers of the wind, hearing tales of shimmering blue oceans, mountains that touched the clouds, and cities that glowed with 1,000 suns at night. His little heart fluttered not just with the beat of his wings, but with an insatiable curiosity. One morning, as the sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, Pip made a decision. He said a quiet goodbye to his familiar oak tree and took flight. His first stop was the great river Dee, only seen as a silver ribbon from his nest. Up close, it was a roaring, bustling highway of water, carrying fallen leaves and sparkling with life. He met a wise old turtle who told him, "The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page." This fueled Pip's resolve even more. He flew south, his tiny wings beating tirelessly against the breeze. He soared over endless fields of sunflowers that turned their faces to the sun, just like him. He met a flock of migrating geese who taught him how to navigate using the stars. They were amazed by his courage. "You're just a little fellow," their leader honked. Pip just chirped back, "My wings may be small, but my dreams are big." The journey wasn't always easy. He faced fierce winds that tried to push him back and lonely nights under unfamiliar stars. There were times he missed the warmth of his nest and the comfort of his family. He felt small and insignificant in the vastness of the world. But then he'd remember the turtle S-words and look at the star map the geese had taught him, and he'd find his strength again. He finally reached the coast. The salty air was a new and exciting smell. He saw the ocean for the first time, a vast rolling expanse of blue that seemed to go on forever. It was bigger and more magnificent than any story the wind had ever told him. He danced on the waves with playful dolphins and shared stories with sandpipers on the shore. He learned that every creature, big or small, had its own story and its own journey. Next, he flew towards the mountains. They were jagged, silent giants, capped with snow that glittered like diamonds. He met a majestic eagle soaring in the high altitudes. The eagle was impressed by the little sparrow's spirit. "The view is always best from the highest peaks," the eagle advised. "But the climb is what makes you strong." Pip took these words to heart, pushing himself to fly higher than he ever thought possible. Finally, he saw it in the distance, a city that glowed at night. It was a forest of towering buildings made of glass and steel, with lights that twinkled brighter than any star. He flew through canyons of streets, watching the endless stream of people below, each a tiny light in the city's glow. He realized the world wasn't just made of nature's wonders, but also of the incredible things that could be built when many worked together. After a year of wandering, Pip, no longer just a tiny sparrow but a seasoned traveler, decided to return home. He flew with a new confidence, his heart full of stories and his mind full of wisdom. When he arrived back at his old oak tree, his family was overjoyed. He looked different, his feathers were weathered, but his eyes shone with a bright, knowing light. He spent his evenings telling his siblings and all the other young birds about the roaring rivers, the golden sunflowers, the endless ocean, and the sparkling cities. He taught them that the world was much bigger than their branch and that fear was just a shadow that disappears when you fly towards the light. Pip inspired a new generation of explorers. He showed them that it doesn't matter how small you are. What truly matters is the size of your dreams and the courage to chase them. And so, the tiny bird who explored the world became a legend. A reminder that the greatest adventures begin with a single brave leap of faith. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Pip's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who has big dreams. See you in the next video.